My name's Angus Campbell. I've been a councillor for John Jazz for the last 4 years, and before that I had 2 terms as councillor for the Newton ward. I've also served as leader of the council over the last period.
Tell me about the good points and even the bad points about the last council.
I think if people look back at the last council, they'll see that it actually achieved a lot of things that maybe it's not getting the credit for at the moment. I felt we dealt with some very difficult issues. I think we, in terms of, for instance, the schools project, achieved an awful lot. The biggest single capital programme, 46% of our kids going into brand new schools the next August, and that is something that we should be justifiably proud of. I think we've also had to deal with the issue of school closures, for instance, which has been very contentious, but was an issue that was ignored by subsequent councils before that. We had to deal with it in order to be able to deliver better services to our people. I think by doing that, we've put the education system in a better way, but also been able to use our resources in the future to deal with, for instance, with the ever-increasing demand for community care and home care, which is an increasing budget strain. I also think that some of the campaigning we've done as a council over the last few years has been very effective. And I would point to the range and the Coast Guards as just 2 of these things. But we've also campaigned on many other things, such as European funding. We continue to go with the TUG situation, the RET, for instance. That's all things for the council to continue with. So these are all positives. You asked me to point out negatives. That's probably a look back on myself, is that we didn't achieve as much as I would have liked to. But that is one of the things of dealing with the public sector. It's not like being your own boss. You have to go through process. I also think it's unfortunate last time that we ended up with maybe not getting the best recognition for what I believe, because we didn't recognise for what we did. But we had a very united council, a very concentrated council, and I'm very proud of the work that it did.
There are differences of opinion whether a political council is a good thing.
Well, I have absolutely no doubt that having an independent council standing up for the Western Isles is undoubtedly the best way forward. Any political party, any colour, that follows a party manifesto is not going to do the best thing for the Corla. I think it's unfortunate that because you challenge government, because you stand up for what you believe is best for the islands, you are painted as being of a different political colour or not. That is not the way things stand. We have a very good relationship with government, but they know that we will only stand up for what is best for these islands. And as the financial pressures come in, we are on the end of that chain. If we don't stand up for ourselves, nobody will. So I believe that an independent council is the best way forward to do that.
What do you think will be the priorities for the next council?
Well, I mean, the immediate priority will be to deal with the financial situation as we move ahead. That's without a doubt. The challenge has never been there for this Corla before. Every year, 13 years I've been in the Corla, we've had increasing budgets. This is the first time I've seen us. The last 2 years we've taken 10 million out of the budget. We have another 9 to come out over the next 2 years. We've been very successful in doing that up to now, in terms of continuing to deliver service, avoiding what you see on the mainland in many local authorities, mass compulsory redundancies. We haven't gone that route. But the challenge is, where do you go for the next route of that? And at the same time, we continue our commitment to deal with the pressures of more care for the elderly, improving the rest of the school estate, continuing to improve our roads. It is a big challenge for us, and that's where I think experience comes into the mix. People with knowledge of that, and that's why I think I can contribute towards that as part of a Corla going forward.
Right, would you like to look at the camera and tell the people in your ward why they should vote for you?
Well, I would ask people in my ward to look at what has been achieved within the ward, and I think you can see big changes right across the ward. Look at the delivery of services that we've achieved, but also see my commitment and my ability to work and communicate with the people in the ward. And I will continue to represent you well, and I make a commitment to that now.